Hey, I'm Nora. My life's like a well-oiled machine. I'm the one in class who's always ready with the right answer, the one teachers love. My dream? To be a doctor. My world's all about discipline and focus, no time for distractions. But then, I do get distracted. And that can only be done by Jenna, my best friend, the only person I am close to in my life. Jenna? Oh, she's something else. Imagine the most scatterbrained person you know, and then multiply it by 10. That's Jenna. She's the type to walk into a room and somehow manage to trip over thin air. And in class, well, let's just say whenever Jenna answers something, it's always wrong. One day in history class, our teacher asked, "What was the main cause of World War I?" Jenna shot her hand up and with total confidence said, "Oh, that's easy. It was the sinking of the Titanic, right?" The whole class burst into laughter, and even the teacher couldn't hide a smile. Jenna just shrugged and grinned, perhaps embarrassed, but not a care in the world. Her academic adventures are legendary, like the time we had an essay on the French Revolution, and Jenna turned in 10 pages on the Great French Fry Revolution. She actually thought it was about how fries were invented in France. I couldn't stop laughing, but you know what? That's Jenna for you. Despite her academics, let's call them quirks, Jenna is the heart and soul of my days. She turns every ordinary moment into an adventure. To find out if I became a doctor or not, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to Out of a Book. The next day at school, I noticed Jenna trying to dodge our classmate, Mike. He was the typical nerd and helps everyone who is stuck with their studies. "Why don't you like Mike?" I asked her curiously as we walked to our next class. "He's smart and clearly into you." Jenna made a face. "He's just like you, Nora, all about the studies and seriousness. I need someone fun, someone who's a bit more like me, you know?" I laughed, understanding her point. But then, things took a drastic turn. In the middle of the day, an announcement came over the class speakers.
"Nora, please report to the principal's office immediately."
My heart sank. What could this be about? The moment I stepped into the principal's office, it felt like walking into a trap. Bam! They threw down this wild accusation. They said I cheated on the exam. My heart raced as they slapped down photos right in front of me, a piece of paper under my desk with what looked like my handwriting. It was a punch to the gut. I stood there totally shocked, my mind racing. What was happening? This isn't true. This is all photoshopped. I protested vehemently. The principal, stern-faced, gave me an ultimatum.
"You have 7 days to prove your innocence, Nora. If not, we will have no choice but to expel you."
I stormed out of the office, fuming with anger and confusion. How could this happen? I have never cheated in my life. As I stepped out of the principal's office, my phone buzzed incessantly with notifications. I swiped it open to a barrage of social media messages, each one more accusatory than the last. "Nora the Nefarious. Cheat, Nora." The memes and jokes were everywhere, branding me a liar and a cheater. My stomach churned with anxiety. How had this blown up so fast? Among the flood of messages, one from Jenna caught my eye. "I can't believe you did this." It read, "I know your handwriting, Nora. How could you do this?" Her words felt like a punch in the gut. Jenna, my best friend, thought I was guilty too? Determined to clear the air, I found Jenna in the cafeteria. "Jenna, we need to talk. I didn't cheat. I swear," I said, approaching her. But Jenna was hurt and unyielding. "I'm super upset, Nora. Just please, leave me alone. I can't believe I've been friends with a cheater," she said, turning away. I stood there for a moment, watching Jenna walk away. My heart was heavy, but my mind was clear. I needed to get to the bottom of this. First, I needed to track down the origin of those photos. I remembered my classmate, Liam, who was a whiz with computers. I found him in the library, hunched over his laptop. Liam, I need your help, I said, showing him the photos. He studied them for a moment.
I can check the metadata for the original file creation and maybe trace the IP address where they were first uploaded,
Liam offered. As he worked his magic on the computer, I paced nervously. Moments later, Liam looked up.
Got something. The photos were first uploaded from an IP address within the school. It's from the library's network.
My mind raced. Who in the library would frame me? There are hundreds of students that are in the library, so it could be anyone. That's when I remembered the test paper I had solved in the library before the exam. A light bulb went off in my head. I had left that paper in a physics book I was reading. It had to be the missing link. I rushed back to the library and quickly opened that physics book, but couldn't find that test paper. And there was Mike, sitting nonchalantly at a table. Mike, have you seen a test paper around here? I left it in this book, I asked, trying to sound casual. He looked and said,
"What test paper, Nora? You seem tense. Is everything okay?"
And continued to say,
"Also, don't worry. I know you can never cheat."
I was touched and said, "Thanks, Mike. You're the only one who believes in me right now."
"I know you work really hard, Nora, and if you want, I can help you in your quest, if you don't mind."
We began retracing my steps, checking each book I had used that day. As we worked together, I noticed Mike's surprising knack for problem solving. One day, while we were deep in discussion over the library's network logs, trying to track the origins of the rumor, Mike received a phone call. He excused himself and stepped out, leaving his laptop open. Accidentally, I glanced at his screen and saw the message from CJ124. I hope things are going the way we planned, and Nora should never find out. My heart sank. Is it what I think it is? When Mike returned, I confronted him. Who's CJ124, Mike? And what's this plan I should never find out about? I demanded, pointing at his laptop. Mike sat there, tears streaming down his face as the truth came pouring out.
"I'm sorry, Nora. I photoshopped everything, started the rumor, and gave the evidence to the principal."
I was in shock. Why, Mike? What have I ever done to you? How could you do this to me?
"I did it for someone else,"
he mumbled, avoiding my gaze.
I can't tell you who."
I grabbed his laptop and initiated a FaceTime call with CJ124. My heart was pounding as the call connected and the screen got blurred in front of my eyes. Jenna's face appeared on the screen. CJ. Cute Jenna. I whispered in disbelief. Jenna, my best friend, the person I trusted the most. I felt like the floor was slipping away beneath me. Jenna, why? I managed to ask, my voice barely above a whisper. Jenna's face was a mix of guilt and sorrow. I'm sorry, Nora. I got jealous. You're always at the top. Everyone loves you. And I just wanted to feel like I was better than you at something. Her words hit me like a physical blow. This wasn't just a simple act of jealousy. This was a betrayal of our friendship, of everything we had been through together. I trusted you, Jenna. You were my best friend. How could you do this? I said, my voice trembling with emotion. Jenna broke down, apologizing over and over, but the damage was done. The call ended with a heavy silence.